Hi, and welcome in understanding Kibana in a visual way. I'm Olivier Vache. I'm a developer advocate at OVH Cloud, a European cloud provider. I'm specialized in cloud native, Kubernetes, infrastructure as code, and developer experience. And I love to try to make complex technologies accessible to everyone. Kubernetes has become the de facto standard in containers orchestration world. But it is not easy to know and where and how to start. And Kubernetes is not only a technology, it is an entire ecosystem with a lot of tools about observability, server image, security, and so on. And a tool like Kibana adds new concepts, new controllers, new webhooks, new policies, and so on. So, well, we have to admit it can be difficult and time-consuming to understand Kubernetes and its entire ecosystem, like with Kibana. So maybe a new way of learning can help us to understand it. What if I told you that several years ago I invented a new way of explaining Kubernetes, Kibana, Istio, and so on visually by accident? I will tell you a little story. In 2020, during the first lockdown, I lay down on my bed and I wonder how I can imagine a pod. So one of the concepts of Kubernetes. And I starting drawing Pokeballs. For me, a pod is like a Pokeball, and you can have one or several containers. Well, I want you, it was done very, very beautiful, but the little seed was sound, and it was the beginning of a great adventure. Then I tweeted it. I said it might be time for me to realize an idea I have to give some tips, information on Kubernetes, and written in drawing, useful, not useful, already seen, should I give up? Well, you can see in the last sentence the confidence I have in what I do. And I got a lot of reaction telling me that it was so cool and that I had to continue. Kubernetes on me, it's a long time story. I discovered it while working at Continental, an automotive company. There is 7-8 years ago. I developed and deployed microservices for connected autonomous vehicles, and I fell into Kubernetes very quickly. I discovered a new world with concepts that I didn't know, and I quickly liked it. It was not easy because Kubernetes was not as mature as today, but it was a very interesting adventure. In the same times, I use a lot of several tools like Prometheus, Grafana, Istio, Velero, and Kibana. It was an interesting adventure because technology was not as mature as today. It was the beginning of some of non-tools. So I sketched Kubernetes every day, evening, night, for months and months and months. And in fact, I had the impression that there were a lot of things in my head and that I had to get them out by sketching. I created an ebook several months later on Kubernetes, and I created months after months, 3 ebooks, so one Kubernetes, Docker, and one about Istio. But I wanted to do better, so I booked a new tablet, and I completely rewriting it a lot, and I drew some new sketch notes, including the one about Kibana. So I realized my dream in 2022 with a book in paperback about Kubernetes, and I still continue to update the book. But In 2025, so 3 years after having Sketchnote Kivano, I received a message. Hey, what's up? What do you think about exploring Kivano visually? Yeah. Well, I wrote the Sketchnote in 2022. Since the technology evolved a lot, yes, a lot, the 1.16 have just been released. And I'm doing a lot of things internally with Kivano at Aves Cloud for our managed Kubernetes and our managed Rancher solution. So, okay, let's do it. Challenge accepted. I admit it's a huge challenge, so I will try to explain Kivano in a visual way, okay? Let's do it. First of all, let's start with the beginning. What is Kivano? Kivano is an open source Kubernetes native policy engine. Well, I admit it doesn't help us much. Imagine Kivano like a magician. Or magician technically will be able to create a bunch of spells on our Kubernetes resources. He can validate, approve, deny the creation of resources. He can mutate resources, add some label, edit some configuration. He can generate, create new resources, for example, create by magic a secret when a new namespace is created. He can automatically delete resources as well in a periodic way. And it can also verify containers images, check the signature, the digest, this bomb, etc. As you can see, he can do a lot of things. He is a powerful magician. To do this, we will write policies in YAML manifest. These are spells or magica formulas that Kivano must follow. Kivano is deployed with several components. It modified the Kubernetes flow. So after installing it in a Kubernetes clusters, you will have several pods running for the attention, the background, the cleanup, and report controllers. A policy engine is also deployed, and as well with several webhooks. So let's see what is happening when we ask to Kubernetes to create a pod. Hey, Kubernetes, create a pod for me. First, the API server of a Kubernetes cluster receives the request and do some check. First, it verifies the identity of the user, and it checks also if the user has the right to do it. If it's okay, it sends a request to Kivano. We will check if there are some policies with rules to apply for this new pod. So now let's see what are the rules and policies. Kivano have several types of rules: validate, mutate, generate, clean up, and verify images. Let's see validate rule. Validate rule allows to block resources, creation, or update. To ensure the compliance in your clusters. So concretely, it's a yes or no decision. Kavanaugh is like Gandalf. It allows or not the application of YAML manifest and kubectl create a command to pass or not in a Kubernetes cluster. Instead of or in addition of blocking resources creation and update, it's also possible to enable audit and dry run mode. The way to activate this audit mode will be different in a cluster policy or in the new validating policy. So note that in the new validating policy, you can define several validation actions. So you can enable the audit mode and also the deny mode. This audit mode produces some policy reports. And the validation rules are convenient for a lot of use cases. So when a pod or deployment requires of request limits some props to disallow latest tag in images, to disallow public containers and OCI registry, to deny resources creation in the default namespace, to deny ingress without TLS-config, etc., etc. Here is an example of a cluster policy. So if you want to report violation if a pod don't have a specific label. So we define a pattern that requires that we want env label. And if you want to block the pod, you just have to edit the failure action to enforce. And here, another example of the new validating policy that will block deployment with more than 100 of replicas. Okay, so now let's see the mutate rule. Mutate rule allows to modify resources before its creation. Concretely, Kavanaugh add or edit the configuration of a resource. So it can add or edit memory and CPU request and limit of a container, for example. Several useful things to know about mutate rule. The resource mutation occurs before the validation. So the validation rule should not contradict the changes performed by the mutation rule. It can also modify existing resources. In this case, the modification will happen asynchronously with a certain delay. Note that Kavanaugh can't modify application kind, UID, name, and namespace fields. It is not possible. The mutate rules are convenient for these use cases. So to add specific label, to add a sidecar container, to modify the images registry, to add non-selector, toleration, affinity, and anti-affinity, and to add and normalize annotation for interpreter, for example, or for external load balancer. So here, an example of a cluster policy that will add an image pool secret for on the pod. And it is very, very useful to not add it again and again. So this policy only add the image pool secret if the image are coming from this URL. And you can also use the new mutating policy CRD. So, for example, you can add a label for new and existing pods. And thanks to the mutate existing, you can do it for all the existing pod. Okay, let's see the generate rule. The generate rule allows to create new resources with a template defined in a policy. It allows also to create a copy of a resource. So, for example, you can create a copy of a secret when a new namespace is created. It can also continually synchronize the resources it has generated, which is very useful. It means that if you update a resource that is copy, the synchronized resource will be updated also. And it means that if you accidentally update or delete the synchronized resource, Kibana will fix it. So it's really useful. And for the use cases, so you can create a limit range, a resource quota, a network policy, horizontal pod auto-scaling, and you can, of course, copy, clone a secret. I like it. You can, for example, create a limit range with the cluster policy. So the template is defined at the end of this file. And you can also create it in the generating policy. This policy clones a secret from the test Kibana namespace into any newly created namespace. So this kind of policy is very powerful and the performance are very good. And let's see the cleanup rule, a new one. The cleanup rule deletes resources based on a schedule. It is based on the cron format, and it allows maintaining cluster components and some hygiene. So thanks to this rule, you can keep a cluster tidy and clean. A little tips before to enable destructive delete. A good practice is to enable audit mode. And you can use it to delete all the test pod, to delete completed or failed pod, to delete unused ingress or replica set, and to delete all jobs older than X day. And we can do it with a cluster cleanup policy, for example. This policy deletes all the pods that have not been created by a deployment or a job, etc. And thanks to the new deleting policy CRD, we can, for example, automatically delete once per day at 1 a.m. the pod that are older than a week and that have the match label. Some tips, when you define your resources, you can also define a time to live label. Thanks to this label, we can create resources, and you know that they will be deleted automatically after a certain amount of time. And it's possible to control the deletion propagation through a label. Thanks to this label, you can delete first the deployment and after the pods that have been created by the deployment. And finally, let's see the verify images rule. Last one. So it's your perfect component for software supply chain security. It allows to check if images are trust images, signed with cosign or with notation. You can check images signature at a store, key, certificate. It checks if images have SBOM, provenance attestation. It can mutate directly images tag to digest. It is more secure. It can ensure that images are verified with digest. And it's really useful to activate the audit mode before. So you can do it to verify images and to check if images are SBOM, attestation, and so on. You can do it with a cluster policy and with the new CRD again and again. I use it a lot. So we have seen a few concepts, but there are more. So you can use Kaveno with the managed Kubernetes service at OVH Cloud. It's cool. I use it a lot. And to conclude, I hope that this visual way to explain Kaveno help you, and that you will now see Kaveno in another way. By listening to my creativity and my imagination, I created a new way of explaining complicated technical concepts and show that it was possible. And I realized that my way of explaining could help other people of different job, ages, continent, and culture. So my purpose of this talk is to encourage you to listen to your own creativity and your own imagination and share it. Otherwise, do it. I have a news. I will do 2 book signing session on 11 and 12 November, going the lunchtime. So come. And thank you. My time is no. And I don't think if we have some time for question, but I am here. Yes? 2 minutes? Okay. I was quick, but I was very fast. Yeah. The books will be free, so come. come. Hi.
Mic is not working anyways. Okay, good. All right. So my question, thank you for the presentation. I see that in your presentation, you presented new different, CRDs. I can see that, there's migration from the cluster policy to different, validating policies, mutating policies, and stuff like that, right? So my question is that if you migrate to these new versions of Kiveno, right, is there a plan that the existing policy is going to be deprecated, or we can still use the existing cluster policy with the new versions?
On my side, I recommend to use the new CRD for new policies, and I know that Nirmata, Kiveno are working to create a new migration tool that will help to migrate to the existing one to the new CRD, because the existing policy will be deprecated in some releases. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.